Hello and welcome to Apex to Oval. I'm your main host, co-host, Alex. Right there is my co-host, Jack. We got an F1 article. We got three NASCAR articles. We got one IndyCar article. We got race recaps from the trucks and the Cup Series. We have race predictions for the Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, and the IndyCar Series. And then we got some games. Unlimited games,
Games?
but no games.
But
If
no
you
games.
if you get that reference, you're cracked and good with the sauce. Anyway,
Alex, I don't know how to break this to you, but Chuckle Sandwich has been dead.
don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
We're
Um,
on Take It Easy now. We're on Take It Easy now.
you're right. You're right. You're right. R.I.P.
Come on,
Chuckle
you gotta be
Sandwich.
a real easy goer.
Rest in peace, Chuckle Sandwich. And rest in peace, the goat. I forget his name, but the originator of that joke. Technically, he isn't the originator. It was from Machinima Inbox. But anyway, motorsports time. Let's get to F1. Christian Horner is finally gone from Red Bull. If you didn't know, he got fired from his team principal and CEO job earlier in the season after Silverstone, but he was still in a director role for the Formula One team and everything that they were doing with the powertrains, with the engine. He was still part of that. That is no more. He is officially gone from Red Bull. What a run it was. Um, a lot of drivers' championships, a lot of constructors' championships, but his own doing, got in the way. What do we think about this, Jack?
Good. I mean, at some point, why keep him around at all, right? Because you don't demote the boss generally, right? Because
Yeah.
sticking around after a demotion like that is just awkward for everyone. So
Yeah. Um, but he wasn't doing a technical role. Like he wasn't involved in anything in the technical side of it or anything to do with like the upgrades or anything like that. He was just a director. He was an overseer. That was it. He's now gone. Um, do you have any predictions on where Christian Horner will go if
no,
he
I
even
mean
goes to
it.
F1?
It feels like with former Red Bull people kind of all over the grid now, and a lot of that seeming to be because of friction with Horner. I don't think there are any teams that are rushing to take him on as their team principal. I think that a lot of people place the like. I think a lot of people give credit to the engineers more than they do to Horner himself for Red Bull's success, and I'm not sure both with the relationships he has with the rest of the grid and with his reputation at this point that any of the other 10 teams or 9 teams if you don't count the sister team are going to be lining up to take him in yet.
Do you think
10 years down the road, Flavio Briatore style, he might work his way back in, but
Do you think he will, if he can't find a team principal job in F1, do you think he'll move away from F1 for a little bit and then come back? Do you think he'll take a lesser role at a team? What do you think about any of those options?
I don't know. I mean, he was making enough money and has made enough money that I don't think he has to work a day in his life. So at some point, it depends on if other racing scratches the same itch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're at F1, it's like the pinnacle of technical motorsport competition. And then you're going down to like a spec series or at least a more tightly like regulated series like we were talking about on Saturday with BOPs in like endurance racing series. If that's not attractive to him, I don't think he has to go anywhere.
Okay. Will we see him in NASCAR for Richard Childress Racing? Because they,
Oh
they they have a
boy,
track record.
his personality would be a fit, but
That's
he's
what I'm
too
saying.
non-American.
That's what I'm saying. Like his personality would be absolutely fire with Richard Childress Racing. Put him as a crew chief for Austin Hill. They'll do well
Yeah,
together.
crew chief the 21 car is crazy.
Let's get to NASCAR. Now, I posted about this on my social media, but Natalie Decker is going to be joining the Xfinity Series grid at Daytona this Friday with the number 92 DMG Racing Chevrolet. I saw a lot of comments on my posts, they're all like, "Oh, Natalie Decker's gonna bust. She's gonna wreck at lap 3. She's gonna take out half the field." But let's not jump to conclusions. She actually is a decent driver on super speedways. She had a top 5 at Daytona, I believe, in the Truck Series at one point. So let's hold the horses, right? You did the same thing with Catherine Legg, and Catherine Legg turned out to be a damn good driver. Let's hold the horses, and let's just see what she can do this time. Yeah, she has a track record, but let's not judge people on previous racing records. Let's see what they're going to do now. She might be more mature.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously has some experience in the trucks. She was never particularly fast, but it was also during the period when Nice was at its like worst, kind of. Because like post Ross Chastain, Nice wasn't really in a very good spot as a team. Um, she raced in the season opener at Daytona last year for the same team, and I think finished 18th, which is basically somewhere along the lines of kept the car clean, at least, by Xfinity standards, and made it to the end. But, anywhere from 10th to 25th, 30th would be about the same at Daytona, right? Like,
Yeah.
at some point, finishing positions are all over the place. But clearly capable. It's Daytona.
Yeah, it's Tona. Anything can happen. Let's not jump to conclusions before it happens. She might even win the race, for goodness sake. We don't know yet. The race hasn't happened. It is a long shot, but it could still happen, right? Anything is possible in the world of motorsports. Let's go to a new scenario. Let's talk about it. Thor Sport Racing announced that Matt Crafton is stepping down from the number 88 in the NASCAR Truck Series at the end of the year, and that Ty Majeski will be taking over for him. Now, Ty Majeski's already his teammate, but Ty will be moving from his current car to the number 88 next season. What are the thoughts? A NASCAR Series legend gone like that. At least
Yeah, I mean, it was what, 23 years with him and Menards was the longest driver sponsor partnership
yeah,
in NASCAR history. Something like that.
yeah,
He is a legend of the sport. He's a champ, like of at least the Truck Series scale. He's a champion in the Truck Series. Kind of a hilarious champion at that. A champion of consistency, if you will. But he clearly his career had been winding down. He wasn't competing the same way as he had been in recent years, and it's bittersweet, but definitely time to see him hang it up. And it's nice to see that Majeski has a career here in trucks, because he is a very talented driver that has had kind of unfortunate circumstances as far as getting rides, and now he's landed as a career truck guy with ThorSport. He's a champion. He's going to this 88 car at a team that's known for hanging on to good veterans and being competitive year in, year out. So happy for Ty.
it's kind of like out with the old good part and in with the new good part, right? Taking out Matt Crafton, putting in Ty Majeski. And speaking of out with the old and in with the new, a NASCAR Xfinity Series, well, it's no longer going to be called the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Starting in 2026, it will be known as the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, in long form, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. I think a lot of people are still going to be calling it the Xfinity Series, right? That's never really going to leave, at least until the new generation of NASCAR fans comes along.
Just like people before us call it Busch or Nationwide Series.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be a rough start. I definitely am probably going to call it the Xfinity Series starting next year in the beginning, but yeah.
Now, my question for you is the Cup Series is always the Cup Series, no matter who's sponsoring it. The Truck Series, same thing. It changed sponsors a couple years ago, and people didn't really care that much because it's still the Truck Series. But here, every previous sponsor, it's been one word. It's been easy to say. Nationwide, Busch, Xfinity. O'Reilly Auto Parts is too long to say. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but what do you think people are actually going to call it with the new name? Is it the
Uh,
O'Reilly series?
I think
Is
it's
it
gonna
the Oak
be.
series, like OAP, like whatever?
Personally, I would call it the O'Reilly series. Just the first part of the name. I don't think you'd be calling it the Auto Parts series, although that sounds pretty cool. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie, that sounds pretty cool.
the part
But
series.
the Part series, the NASCAR Parts series is in, like, no, that just doesn't
Like you
sound
could,
right.
but do you even go to like the O series if you're already going like O'Reilly? Like, does it get abbreviated to that level? Because I just can't imagine like saying it. And I know that sounds really
Yeah.
dumb, but like, you think about O'Reilly Auto Parts and you're thinking like, oh, like, it's really
Oh,
extended in
oh,
the ads.
oh, O'Reilly Auto Parts. Bow!
And like, I'm not saying that every time I refer to the series, but I'm thinking it. No, but
I'll say it. I'll say that every single time next season where we reference the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, I'm gonna O'Reilly Auto Parts, and then I'm gonna continue with my conversation. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I'll hold you to it.
I will do it if I remember. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so where do you land?
I think if I'm gonna call it, if I'm not gonna call it the Xfinity series, I think the O'Reilly series sounds the best, or the auto. To be fair, I like the O'Reilly series, but Auto Parts series sounds freaking dope. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds so good.
Maybe it's just I'm gonna knock it all the way down. Just call it the O.
The O. So guys,
Any
the
any
the O is
potential
on tonight.
connotations aside,
Yeah,
it's
like the
just
the O is on tonight, guys. You got who's still gonna be there? Connor's
Austin
not,
Hill
no, he's not
probably.
gonna be there. Austin yeah, Austin Hill. Austin Hill just wrecked another person in the O today. Like, sounds about
Uh,
right. Um, but
but
yeah,
at the same time, I am selfishly this is the happiest I've been with a series sponsor of this series so far, right? Because it's not insurance, it's not beer, and it's not the nation's worst like internet company. Like Xfinity sucks, right?
what's wrong with Bush?
Hey, look, Bush beer is Bush beer, but also it has similar vibes to like cigarette
Marlboro?
companies
Oh,
sponsoring it. I mean, you said Marlboro, but like,
yeah.
I was thinking like Winston too.
Okay.
Where iconic, yes. Maybe there's a little level of discomfort in this day and age about an alcohol company being the title sponsor that you say every time.
Yeah, that is true. It's such a legend in the motorsports, like especially in the NASCAR community, that I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind it. It would like for little kids trying to get into the sport, that would make sense, because then they're like, oh, the Bush series, and it's like, you don't know why, you don't need to know the sponsor.
It's named after Kyle and Kurt.
Yeah, that's the facts. You
Always
know
has
what?
been.
Nope, not Kyle, just Kurt,
Okay. Okay.
just Kurt. But yeah, the O'Reilly Auto Parts series is coming to you in theaters and TV next year. Let's talk about
Theaters.
IndyCar. Well, I mean, if you want to rent, hey, if you want to rent out a theater and watch the NASCAR race, be my guest. I think that'd be dope. And then nice, like in the ones in the comfy chairs, the reclining chairs that some of them have. It's pretty
Yep.
nice, man.
No,
Um,
wait. You know what? I'm in. Renting out a theater in Pittsburgh to
let's
watch the
go.
championship.
I will come to Pittsburgh for the championship. I promise you that I will skip school. Let's talk about IndyCar and the Milwaukee Mile. Now, if you don't know, IndyCar is racing at the Milwaukee Mile this Sunday, the 24th. But there was some issues
Ooh.
that also weren't issues that happened earlier this week. Milwaukee was hit with a major storm, and the racetrack went under a couple of feet of water. Thankfully, nothing was damaged, and it will be ready for IndyCar on August 24th. But, I mean, that could have been very bad if any damage happened to that track with IndyCar so close to happening. The race weekend, I mean.
I'm surprised that it is racing ready for, especially IndyCar on an oval. I mean, that is high speed, low downforce. Like, you get any oh, what are they called? Weepers, is it? Like when the water kind of seeps up from under the track, like that like soaked in. Um,
No
Obviously
clue.
we've got a week and hopefully good weather leading up to that, but that is to have it, soaking basically. The track is just marinating in storm water. is not what you want to see within a week of the race,
Yeah,
or within 2 weeks of the race.
yeah, it is definitely. Again, I'm with you. I'm a little surprised that there's no damage, even like water damage, just a tiny bit. Surprised that hasn't happened, but thankful. If they really are saying the track is fine and we will be ready for the IndyCar race, and it is ready for the IndyCar race, I'm not mad. I just love to see racing. Except for
And
Santino Ferrucci. Don't like to see him
hey,
race.
speaking of racing and speaking of drivers that you do, because you actually love Santino Ferrucci, drivers
Nope.
that you do love seeing.
No.
I hear that one of your favorites got extended.
That is true. Marcus Armstrong is extended for 2026. I'm very excited about that. I forget what his old team was because I didn't watch IndyCar back then. But by back then, I mean literally 2024. But they should not have let him go. Marcus Armstrong has put in a very strong 2025 campaign. I believe he's still top 10 in the championship, if not just outside the top 10. And he's in decent equipment. I'm very happy to see him extended. If it isn't Grosjean, love to see Marcus Armstrong. Um, so, love to see the F2 guy doing well at IndyCar and extended another year. That's it for me. What do you think about that, Marcus Armstrong extended?
I think he's earned it. I mean, the Meyer Shank 66 car, or is it still the 66?
That's a good question.
I don't remember, but the Meyer Shank car isn't exactly like
66.
top of the top of the charts, and he's certainly running well with it.
Yeah, I think better equipment. I think with how he's been adapting as of late, I think he could be a top five in the standings if you got a better car. Say like a Chip Ganassi, top five, easily,
Well, at the
easily,
same time, I don't think Chip Ganassi is
easily.
that upset about letting him go. If we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think they're upset. I think that I think that if he stayed in that car, he would have been a little higher in the championship. I think he would have proved himself a little more. But also, Meyer Shank has allowed him to spread his wings, allowed him to grow a lot more than I feel like Chip Ganassi has. So in the past, so you know, sucks that he's not in
Yeah.
as good of a car as he was before. But it is what it is, man. Things
Yeah,
happen.
I mean, Kiffin Simpson was a rookie this year that replaced him, but time will tell. I don't think that they're regretting letting Armstrong go in favor of Kiffin Simpson, who, by the way,
No,
is a year younger than us. Um, and
he's 20.
obviously keeping the Pelot Dixon pairing ahead of him.
He's 20.
Yeah, born October 9th, 2004.
That's gross. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'm old. That's what it is. Let's go to race recaps, man. We had the Truck Series at Richmond. We had the Cup Series at Richmond. No other racing took place other than the NHRA Nationals, which I sadly didn't get to watch because I don't know why. I just completely forgot it was on this weekend and didn't watch it. But it is actually on, I think, later today. I think it's on at like 6 or 7 p.m. today. So if you want to watch it, which I definitely will, if it's on at 6 or 7, watch it. It's a good time. But the NASCAR Truck Series at Richmond, Corey Heim was your winner. I chose Ty Majeski. He finished second. Jack picked Lane Riggs. He finished third. So we were this close to a win this week. None of us got the correct driver right. I will spoil the Cup Series. None of us guessed the correct driver. But we were close in the Truck Series, so not bad. Not bad race.
Yeah, I mean, Majeski might have had it if it wasn't for. Um, Actually, we're talking about Majeski and Crafton. They were caught up in an incident at the beginning of this race that ended up arguably making the difference. I mean, Majeski was still leading late, right? Or not leading late, but like because
In the high.
Heim was leading for the last like 20 laps, but Majeski was up there fighting, um, and who knows? Maybe he doesn't have that setback. Maybe that little extra track position helps him out.
Yeah.
But Corey Heim, man,
Is he the
what else is
greatest
there?
Truck Series driver we've ever seen? Like, what?
I don't know
What are
about
we
all
doing?
that, but if you're comparing him to Kyle Busch, he broke. It's not really a notable record, but he broke Kyle Busch's record as far as the youngest to get to 18 career wins.
That's oddly specific.
Well, yeah, it's because this was his 18th win. But it's just that
Oh, okay.
he got there fastest. He is the fastest in series history, beating out Kyle Busch.
So for 17 wins, was he also not like what?
I
Uh,
actually I don't know that off the
I
top of
don't.
my head.
I'm a
I
little
just know that
confused.
that's a fact that NASCAR put out.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting. I mean, he is the second best prospect in NASCAR right now. Um, and if I'm 23-11, if I still have a team next year, bye bye Herbst, in goes Corey Heim. Um, but that's if they have a team next year. That's a really big if. But yeah,
yeah, I
what
wouldn't
what a
mind that.
talent! What a talent, man! What a
Um,
talent is Corey Heim.
oh yeah, and he is clearly the favorite going into the Truck Series playoffs, which this being the last race of the regular season did fully set the playoff field.
Yeah,
Um, so congratulations to our winners this year, and then congrats to Ty Majeski, Grant Enfinger, Caden Honeycutt, and Jake Garcia sneaking in to that last place on points.
hell yeah. Uh, is this the most dominant season we've ever seen in the Truck Series? I don't know about past Truck Series campaigns, but is this the one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant we've seen?
It is a very strong season. I wouldn't want to make any grand
The 1956 Truck Series season was I know they didn't exist in 1956, but the 1956 Truck Series season was the greatest of all time. No, it's this dominant nonetheless. I mean, he's like what 300 points off of like ahead of second, I think, something like that. He's really far in first, and obviously the favorite for a reason for the series championship. But can anyone stop him? Probably not. Let's be honest. Like, probably not. But we'll see in the championship. Maybe his car putters a little bit. Let's go to the NASCAR Cup Series race at Richmond, where Austin Dillon did not have redemption. I think it's Break Hard is the social media person that I was watching. I think that's his handle. But he made a great point. You cannot have redemption for something that was self-inflicted. You can't. Last year's race was Austin Dillon's fault alone. You don't purposely wreck Logano. You don't purposely wreck Hamlin. If you win that outright, fine. But you didn't win it outright. You had to wreck two drivers who were faster than you on the restart to win. And now everyone's calling it redemption. It's not redemption. It's not. You can't call it redemption because it's his fault that this happened in the first place last year. But Austin Dillon did take home the checkered flag. Denny Hamlin, who was my pick, finished 10th. And I'm not going to lie, if Denny Hamlin didn't have all the issues he had during the race, he maybe wins out.
Well, you want to talk about issues during the race.
Well,
I
yeah,
picked Tyler
also,
Reddick.
yeah, Jack picked Tyler Reddick, and he finished 34th.
He
And
had a
again, if he
dominant
didn't have all
start,
the
and then
issues,
yeah,
he probably wins out. And, well, let's talk about Bubba. Bubba was very dominant. I mean, again, after Reddick got into the
which
wall, but he was
to be
still up
clear,
there.
clean air mattered here a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so like Bubba was leading for a good chunk of the race, and then McDowell stays out with two tires only at a track where we saw that tires mattered a ton. He's basically a traffic cone out there. And so he holds up Bubba in such a way that Austin Dillon is able to get around. And at that point, that's basically day over. And then
Yeah.
McDowell drops like a rock through the field, right? And Bubba's holding on to like second or third, but in clean air, like you cannot pass the leader here at Richmond in these cars. It's not going to happen. You need help, right?
External forces. A
And
deal with the
then,
devil, if you must.
of course, Bubba's still hanging on to a decent position, and then you want to talk about what happened after that.
His pit crew, which is known as the best pit crew in all of NASCAR, did not screw on the tire entirely. I believe it was his left rear tire,
Front.
front left tire, and it came off. And he had to get the Chase Briscoe stall to put on his tire, and then got a pass-through penalty for another pit box, giving him essentially a pit stop.
Which
Which,
is better than losing his Jackman and tire changer
yes,
to suspension.
but it ruined his race. And had it not happened, he probably wins that race too. So three drivers that, if they did not have the issues they had during the race, would have finished most likely above Austin Dillon.
Well, it's all
Um,
about track position. We have no idea if
yeah,
Bubba might have been able to get out ahead of Austin Dillon if that pit stop goes smoothly. Right, we have no idea what happens otherwise on pit stops or any other strategy calls that would or wouldn't be made.
yeah.
All we know is Austin Dillon got ahead, and clean air is clean
Stayed.
air in these next gen cars.
Can we like get rid of the next gen cars now? Like I hate them. They suck. They suck. Anyway, um, let's do race predictions for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway. The race is taking place on Friday, August 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have Zilich boy because it's Connor Zilich. Is he even racing? Oh shoot, I didn't even check.
I don't know if he's cleared yet. I haven't
I'm
really
gonna
seen
take
anything
back
one
my
way or
pick.
another.
I'm gonna choose Jesse Love. He won at Daytona earlier. He's gonna win again. I'm choosing Jesse Love because I forget it. I don't think Connor Zilich is cleared yet. Jack, who do you have for the Daytona race at Xfinity or Xfinity Series race at Daytona?
I have Ryan Sieg, who runs his own team. Is a year in year out staple of the series, and he often competes at these super speedway tracks. He often has a few good runs a year, where it feels like there's at least once or twice a year where he like finishes second, and you're just sitting there like, dang, it would have been cool to see that guy win. Much like when Brandon Brown finally won in his Brandon Built Motorsports, like his own team's car. Obviously, that win ended up ruining his career, thanks to a lot of factors outside of his control. But you're always happy for a guy that's building a team himself like that, to get one up on kind of the bigger teams. And going into this race at Daytona, I believe he's currently 14th in the standings, if I remember, because Xfinity is 12 drivers, right? 12 playoff drivers.
I believe so.
He's two spots outside the playoffs as we stand, so he has an opportunity to make it on points, but not really. And it's a super speedway. Anything can happen, and this week I'm betting on the people who are just out on points to get that win and leapfrog their way in.
Good shit. Let's go to the Cup Series at Daytona, which is taking place on Saturday, August 23rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I actually saw Jack's pick just now, and I wish I picked that instead of my pick. But I will stick with my pick because I have to. I'm going to go with Bubba Wallace. He's good on super speedways. This is his redemption race. He should have won yesterday, or 2 days ago at Richmond, but I have him winning at Daytona as a redemption arc and getting his second win of the season.
I am again picking the guy who is the second one out on points of the playoffs in Ryan Preece this time for the Cup Series. He drives a Ford. We know how good the Fords tend to be on these super speedways, both as far as team cohesiveness, and that Ford body just drafts well. It can both push and be pushed well. And if Ryan Preece doesn't end up upside down, he's got as good a shot as anyone here.
I agree. I actually just said this, I think last Monday. But I'm going to tweet Ryan Preece before the weekend starts and ask him not to flip this time because I can't take it anymore.
Ask very nicely.
I'm just gonna be like, Brian, can you please not flip this time? I can't do this. I'm a fan of yours. You are a Connecticut king. We can't afford you to flip again, man. It's scary every time. There's no way it happens 2 years in a row, two races, two times in the same year. So now that I said that, it's gonna happen, but it's not. I'm speaking it into existence. Let's go to IndyCar at the Milwaukee Mile, Sunday, August 24th at 2 p.m. I have the guy who won race 1 last year, and that is ApexToOval.
I was thinking about taking the guy who won race 2 last year in Scott McLaughlin, but instead I've decided to take his teammate, and so far the only winner for Team Penske this year, Will Power, who I believe actually won at the Milwaukee Mile when they were still going to it like a decade plus ago, but ran well there last year, and I don't know, stay hot, I guess.
Yeah. Well, a certain Joseph Newgarden probably should have won twice at Iowa. It's just whatever. It's fine. Let's get into the games. Games?
Games?
Unlimited games? But no games? Yes, games.
No games.
I have technically 2, but I've split one of them up into 3 sections. So, let's go with the first one. Alright.
Alright.
Jack. Can you name the 10 F1 drivers with the most points in 2019?
2019.
2019.
I mean, we got to start with Lewis, right?
Lewis is there at number 1 with Mercedes.
Okay. Then can we go to Lewis's friend, Valtteri?
Valtteri is number 2, also at Mercedes.
2019. Max.
Max
in
is
Red
number
Bull.
3 at Red Bull. That is correct.
This was 2019 was the season that they did the driver swaparoo, right?
With who?
Gasly and Albon mid-season.
Maybe not.
So I'm gonna put both of them on there.
Yeah, Pierre Gasly, P7, 95 points. Alex Albon, P8, 92 points. Pierre Gasly with Toro Rosso, Alex Albon with Red Bull.
Okay. So I have Lewis, Valtteri, Max.
So you have,
I have
Lewis, Valtteri, Max 1 through 3, and then you have Gasly and Albon at 7, 8. So you're missing 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
But that's Merc and Red Bull, right?
Merc and Red Bull.
So I'll take the Ferraris. In that time it was Charles, right? Charles and Seb?
It was Charles and Seb, both with Ferrari. Charles was 4th with 264 points. Seb was 5th with 240 points. So
and then
6, 9, and 10.
So this being 2019 means this is Daniel Ricciardo with Renault, right?
Yes.
So
It is
him
Daniel
and
Ricciardo.
he had into the top 10, I think.
Yes.
I can't speak.
Daniel Ricciardo is 9th with 54 points that season.
Okay.
So you're missing
So
6th
I'm missing
and 10th.
2.
Yeah.
2019.
If you need a hint, I got you.
I'll take a hint because it's not going to be like because I got the 2 Red Bull / Toro Rosso drivers, and I don't think
Yep.
Kvyat made it in there.
Kvyat is not in there.
No Williams.
No Williams. That is correct.
No Hülkenberg.
No Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg was 14th with 37 points at Renault.
Yeah, because Danny Rick barely snuck in, and he was definitely the stronger driver.
Yep.
Got Red Bull, got Mercedes, got Ferrari. Alfa Romeo, definitely not.
Nope. Kimmy was
Rip
12th
Kimi.
with 43, and Giovinazzi was 17th with 14.
Italian Jesus.
Italian Jesus.
And I'm
24
going to go
Hours
out
of
on
Le
a
Mans
limb.
winner.
My God.
Same.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say no Haas, no Roman or K-Mag.
Nope. K
Um,
Mag finished 16th, and Grosjean finished 18th.
but we're still left with McLaren and Racing Point by now.
Yes. There's
Um,
one from each, I'll tell you that.
oh, lovely. Well, then Racing Point, I'm taking Checo Perez.
Yep, Sergio Perez, aka Checo, is 10th with 52 points. His teammate Lance finished 15th with 21 points.
Yeah, unfortunate for Lance.
Yeah. The
Just
pink
clearly
Mercedes.
outclassed.
Well,
So
technically
then
the pink Mercedes was next year, but same thing.
you said it's a McLaren
It
in
is a McLaren. McLaren is literally the
sixth.
only other team in sixth.
Yeah, but Lando was there, but I don't think Lando was good yet.
It was not Lando. Lando finished 11th with 49 points. So it's the
So then
other
it's
driver.
Sainz. It's
It
Carlando. It's
is.
Carlos.
It is Carlos Sainz Jr., who is sixth
Okay.
with 96 points. That is correct. And that is your top 10. So you got that one all right. Good job. Now,
I'll take that. Although I will be honest, as I told Alex ahead of this, that like 2019 was the first season I would be like confident in, and a
yeah.
lot of that is because that's also the first season of Drive to Survive. So not only was I watching at the time, but then at some point, multiple years down the line, after multiple seasons of Drive to Survive had come out, I went back and watched it from the start to be like, okay, what's all the hype about? So I was like refamiliarized with
Yeah.
2019. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you got the top 10, you got them pretty quickly. So it did take you to the last driver to get Carlos, but it is what it is. You still did good. You still got them all them right. Anyway, let's go to where do you think The Athletic ranked these NASCAR legends on their top 75 all-time list in 2023?
Oh
So
no.
The Athletic came out with a...
This is not going to go well. This is not going to go well.
So The Athletic came out with a top 75 list in 2023. I will give you a hint. Blaney won the championship that year.
Okay.
No, he didn't. No.
Uh,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Blaney did win the championship that year. It was Blaney that year. So, if you remember back when Blaney. So, number one, the first driver. No, he's not number one, but the first driver I have is Joey Logano. Two-time champion at the time.
How am I guessing for this? Am I just throwing out a number?
So you're going to give a guess, and then I'm going to narrow the search down even more until
Okay.
like we're within like 10, and then you have 5 or 10, and then you have.
I'm going to say... So this was before championship number 3, which was 2024, yeah?
Yep, before championship 3.
So I'll... For the sake of narrowing it down, you said it's 75. I'll say 35.
You are within. So I would say it's less than 35.
So higher up or lower down?
So like between 34 and 1.
Okay. I'll just go 20 then. I really don't know.
You are within 3.
Within 3.
Within 3.
You know what? It's Joey Logano, 22.
No, you went the opposite direction. You went the opposite direction.
All right, then 17.
That is correct. Joey Logano was 17th on the Athletics all-time 75 list, which is, I mean, if I just go to the list real quick, he is below drivers like Bill Elliott, Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, but he's higher than drivers like Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr. So, you know, those drivers are
I'd
not in
hope he'd be
today's-
higher than one-time champions.
Yeah,
But yeah.
What do you think Alex Bowman is on the Athletics top 75 list?
Okay, so first of all, Alex Bowman is on the list?
Alex Bowman is on this list.
Okay,
That
I mean,
is
this was
correct.
2022 was his very strong year, right? Or 2021? 2021, he had like 4 wins, was it? Because otherwise he's won like 1 race a year pretty steadily.
So what's the question?
What year Bowman had like 4 wins as opposed to like one?
Uh, let's check. NASCAR.com.
Because it was clearly
Uh,
before this if you ended up on this list. But
where's Bowman? Bowman's right
you're not
there.
making
Driver
these
stats.
claims after this year probably.
All-time career. He had 4 wins in 2021.
21. Okay. Um, I'll say 65 if he's on it.
He is. I forget. I don't know the correct. Lower? No. Yeah, lower. He's from
Worse, like worse or better, I guess.
worse. He's worse than 65.
Say 72.
Worse, but you're within three.
Okay, is
Obviously,
he
because it does
75th?
it.
Is he the last one?
He is 75th on the
Okay.
top 75 all-time list. That is kind of crazy to me. I mean, he doesn't have a championship. He's been very strong his entire career, but he doesn't have a chip. That's kind of crazy. I feel like. Then again, there's not 75 championship winners, but
Yeah,
that
but I
is.
feel like there are better
Yeah,
non-champions out there
exactly. Like
historically.
I don't.
Although, I mean, surely Denny Hamlin is higher than 75, so.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin is. Well, actually, we'll get into Denny Hamlin in
Oh,
round
okay.
three. So for this next one, Matt Kenseth.
That's it. Oh. I'll just start where I started with Logano. I'll say 30.
He is better than 30.
Okay, I'll say 20.
Within two.
Is he right under Logano? Is he 18th?
No, he's not.
Ah, 22nd.
He is 22nd. Matt Kenseth is 22nd. He is between him and Joey is like Mark Martin, Buck Baker, Herb Thomas. Those type of drivers. But he is still ahead of Truex, Larson, Chase Elliott, all of them. Next up, Kurt Busch. 2004 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Very good driver.
25.
Within two.
23.
Yeah, he is 23rd. Matt Kenseth is 22nd. Kurt Busch is 23rd. What are your thoughts on that?
I certainly am inclined to like Matt Kenseth more than Kurt Busch. But that
Didn't Kenseth wreck Joey Logano? Shouldn't you? And that's a Connecticut King, so.
this is a Connecticut King, but if we're being honest, Dad Energy Logano is much better than Prick Logano.
This is true. This is very true. Um, but Kurt Busch 23rd. I mean, I love to see it. You know, big Kurt Busch fan. Never got to watch him race. I'm years off watching him race, by the way, because what he retired when, like 20.
When did Bubba win Kansas?
Shit, you right.
Because that was in the 45 car for Kurt Busch.
Bush retired in 2022. Yeah, Kansas was 2022. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Because the end of that season, Bubba went to the 45 in place of Kurt Busch because he was injured. Obviously, that led to his retirement for owners' points reasons. And then Ty Gibbs finished out the season in Bubba's car. It was
The
it was
Gibster.
strange owner points shenanigans.
The Gibster. The Gibby.
Gibbs.
The Gibby. Let's. What about Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
Junior.
Jr. Because we know
this
that
is
Dale
tough.
Sr. is going to be top 3 no matter what. So what about Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
This is tough because objectively, like, you take the popularity, how beloved he is out of it. Realistically, he shouldn't be that high. But he's also, like, he's Dale Jr. Everyone loves him. So, like, does he get a boost just for that?
Well, what do you
So I'm
think?
gonna start at 35.
You are very close. You're within 2.
37?
No.
33.
33. They have Dale Jr. at 33, which, to be fair, I like Dale Jr. a lot. I like his podcast, so I'm not one to, judge. But, yeah, he is 33rd on their all-time list.
In fairness, he is much better than Alex Bowman.
Yeah.
As far as things go.
He's ahead of, he's below. He's worse than Truex Jr., Carl Edwards, Terry Labonte, Brad Keselowski again, but he's better than, Ryan Newman, Casey Kahn, Dan Gurney, F1 legend.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a championship, but he has 26 wins. And
sad.
He was the, 15-time reigning most popular driver by the time he retired. The sport, literally, the ratings nosedived because he retired. This man was a unstoppable, and still is, an unstoppable force, popularity and admiration-wise. It's just, it's hard to place him because his effect on the sport is so much greater than his, specific on-track performance.
I'm trying to find my phone right now because I could probably read you because I have The Athletic. I subscribe to The Athletic because I am from school, so I get it automatically with the New York Times. So let me see if I could find that. But next one, Denny M.F. Hamlin. Where is he in the all-time 75 list?
Dennis, Denathan. Oh, that's a tough one. Because... Hang on a sec.
My man is yawning.
I caught the eeps. As they say. I'll just start at 30.
He is better than 30.
Okay. I'll say 25.
Better than 25.
Really?
Yes.
I'll jump up to 15.
You're within 3.
So it's 12.
It is not 12.
Okay. Because I swear, I thought that you told me all of them between Logano and Kenseth.
I did not.
Okay, so it's 18.
So it is 18.
Oh, it was 19, correct. 20, 21. That's right.
I told you 19, 20, 21. The reason why I didn't tell you 18 was because it was going to be in the next one. He is 18. And you know what? I will actually give you some of the answers because I don't think you're going to remember, or I will remember the next time we do this top 75 list. So to give you some other names, Kyle Busch is 9th.
Yeah, I mean, he's a multi-time champion.
Tony Stewart is 10th.
Okay.
Kevin Harvick is 11th. Go down a little bit. Carl Edwards is 31st. Martin Truex is 30th. 29th is Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott is 38th. Jeff Burton is 43. Casey Kahn is 55. Ryan Newman is 56. And then all the way at 5 is Jeff Gordon, with the top 4 being Dale Earnhardt Sr. at 4th, David Pearson at 3rd, Jimmy Johnson in 2nd, and Richard Petty in 1st.
Wow. Dale in 4th feels like a hot take.
Yeah, so they have him above David Pearson, who I believe has more wins than him. I think that was the only reason why. And he also raced part-time most of his career, which I think is the reason why they have him so high, is because if he raced full-time, he would have given Richard Petty a run for his money.
No, I mean, that makes sense. Pearson is incredible in his own right. I just, waiting the 7 championships,
Yeah.
7-time is 7-time.
Yeah. But I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, David Pearson wasn't in Cup full-time majority of his career, so he never got a championship, even though he has 100-plus race wins.
No, Pearson is definitely good. It's just, it feels like those kind of GOAT conversations come down to championships.
It does.
Like that's
No,
why
it
it feels
does.
like it gets narrowed down to Petty, Jimmy, Dale, and
Yeah,
obviously the legend of Dale uh, is strong even
yeah.
today.
So I'm going to read you Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s reasoning. So he has 26 Cup wins. His top points finish was third in 2003. His highest panel ranking was 30th. His lowest panel ranking was 43rd out of the riders that took part in this. And they basically said, despite spending much of his career with inescapable comparisons to his father, Earnhardt Jr. put together a highly respectable Cup resume himself. He won 2 Daytona 500s in 2004 and 2014 and finished top 5 in the standings 4 times. Earnhardt was also a 15-time most popular driver, 2-time Xfinity Series champion, and continues to be one of the most prominent faces of NASCAR even in retirement.
Yeah,
So,
I couldn't say it any better myself.
yeah. For Joey, I actually want to go to Joey real quick because I think it might be a little funny. Joey was what 17? Yeah, Joey's 17. Okay. Joey at 17 was so at the time he had 31 Cup wins and was a champion in 2018 and 2022. His highest panel ranking for Joey Logano. Do you want to guess his highest panel ranking?
10th,
Higher.
5th,
One lower.
oh,
Sixth.
6th. Dang.
Sixth was his highest ranking. 28th was his lowest. Um,
Yeah, dang. I wonder how that changes with another championship in 24. Although, certainly the argument that he deserved that one the least. Um,
yeah.
but
He
dang,
won when it counted. That's the thing. Is like you can't gripe someone when they like.
it's
Yeah, the
it's what
playoff
the
system is.
format wants.
Yeah, it's the format wants a night like a 0.01 second buzzer beater. Like that's not anyway.
Those game 7 moments, Alex. Those
The game
game
seven
7 moments.
moments. But his was given his age 32 and an already long list of accomplishments. Logano seems destined to end up among the top 10 drivers of all time. He has 2 championships, 5 championship 4 appearances, a Daytona 500 win in 2015, and has won on every type of track: short, intermediate, superspeedway, road course, and dirt. Logano has also shown a knack for adapting quickly. He is the inaugural race winner for the Bristol Dirt Race at the Clash of the Coliseum and Gateway Race.
So I'm saying first time at a track is a Joey win.
Yeah. Um.
And obviously
Someone.
update those numbers to include 2024.
Yep.
And then another Joey Logano-esque season this year.
Yeah.
He's clearly a
So
good driver. One win on the year aside, he's in the
yeah,
playoffs, and
in the
it's
playoff,
Penske, so that's what they
Penske's
do.
always good in the playoffs when it matters. So. But yeah, Denny Hamlin, his highest panel ranking was 11th. His lowest, ironic 11th. His lowest panel ranking was 39th. So, yeah, let me see who else I had on here. Kurt Busch, his highest panel ranking was 12th. His lowest was 32nd. And Matt Kenseth's highest ranking was 15th. His lowest was 32nd. Let's see. Dale Earnhardt and then Bowman. So Dale Earnhardt's highest ranking was 33rd. Right. Yeah. So Dale's highest ranking was 30th. His lowest was 43rd. And then Alex Bowman's highest ranking was 68th. His lowest was not ranked, obviously.
68th.
Yeah. But he had 7 Cup wins and finished 6th in the 2020 season in points. Your writers for this, there's a lot of them. The most notable ones are Parker Kligerman, my goat.
Westport.
Westport. Roger Penske. Like Corey LaJoy was on here. Obviously Jeff Gluck was on here, and Jordan Bianchi because they both write for the Athletics. There's a lot. There's a good amount. There's a good amount from all all angles of the sport. There was a crew chief. There was a chief operating officer. Steve O'Donnell actually took part in this. A book about NASCAR history was on the panel. There was a bunch of journalists. There was a Hall of Fame curatorial affairs manager, Tom Jensen, who was on it. There was another crew chief for Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, Mark Martin, and Chase Elliott. So Alan Gustafson, and
Alan Gustafson.
Gustafson. That's what it is. Then there was like there was a bunch of NASCAR drivers, and then Chris Gabehart, who was the crew chief for Denny Hamlin at the time. I don't know if he still is. But yeah, you did really well. And yeah, that's about it for today. We don't have a main point today. Nothing's really gone on. Next week, though, we will have a look back on our predictions for the 2025 regular season. We will also be previewing the postseason for NASCAR for the Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup Series. We'll spend most of the time on the Cup. We'll touch Xfinity and Trucks, and then we'll also be making predictions for the playoffs as well for each of the series.
Yeah, we'll make ourselves some brackets, right?
Make ourselves some brackets. That is correct. So
August Madness, they say. I said August Madness, they say. Nobody says that.
God.
I have not heard that.
Nobody says that. No, you can't replicate March Madness. You can't do that. But yeah, so that'll be in store next week. Tune in. Thank you guys for watching. Jack, any final thoughts on today or the past week or any at all?
Joey Logano, number 1.
I agree. Any other thoughts?
On the top 75, to be clear. 4 more championships in a row coming up.
4 more chips.
The extent of my other thoughts are, let's get some clean racing. No big one at Daytona, or at least no horrible big one. Let's get a driver. If we get someone that wins and is in, let's have it happen along my picks, where it's someone that's competing. Let's not have Cody Ware win his way into the Cup Series playoffs. For the love of God.
Or like Riley Herbst. Don't have no.
Like have it be someone competing. Have it be someone that you can argue deserves
Busher. It. I want somebody outside of the playoff bubble.
You want to knock Bowman out?
I will include Bowman in this. I'll include Bowman.
Because Bowman and Reddick are in on points right now.
They're both in on points, right? And they're both within each other. Okay, so anyone that's in the hunt, including people who are already on the points line, I'm okay with winning. Anyone outside, completely outside, so like people inside
at least
are
laughably outside.
Yeah, so like Busch, Priest, Busher, Reddick, Bowman. That's who I would want to win, or Bubba, obviously. But,
give me Justin Haley.
Oh God, not again. I forgot about him last time. Not again, please.
This time he's full time. He'd be able to.
Oh shoot! Yeah, that is true. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in next week. Have an amazing day. Like and subscribe, and peace.